Hi, you're watching India Today Global. We have some good news coming in from Paris Olympics. India has bagged another medal. And this is the second medal for India, and it's a bronze one by Manu Bhaker and Sarabjot Singh in the 10-meter air pistol event. So I have with me Siddharth Gulati to share his insights on this event. So tell us, Siddharth, how big of an achievement is this for India?
I think it's a massive achievement. First of all, I think congratulations to you and all the Indians, for this historic win that Manu Bhaker and Sarabjot Singh have had, in the mixed team event in Olympics. I think it's great because overall, in the previous Olympics also we have seen that how, those underwhelming shows of, shooting athletes didn't really help India's cause, or probably didn't propel India to that double figure mark in Olympics, which they have really been striving for. But then I think the way these performances have been so far, there have been a couple of near misses also for Sarabjot in the men's individual event, and there was Arjun Babuta who finished fourth last previous day only. So I think it's a great achievement, and for Manu Bhaker I think especially it's historic because she has become the first Indian to win 2 medals in the same edition of Olympics. It's something that all Indians can really be proud of. And in case of Sarabjot also, he didn't really have the best of the times in the individual event, but then here also he was a bit nervous, was struggling a little, but then he was consoled by the coach, was taken care of by the fact that Manu Bhaker really stepped up when it mattered. Her shots were pretty much on the target, and as they say in team event, it's not just about who supersedes anyone, it's about that contribution which can bring you together and guide you to glory, and that's exactly what happened for them.
Exactly. So, as you talked about these two individuals who are in spotlight right now and what this personally means for them, let's go ahead and talk about what this would mean for the Indian contingent at large,
I think it would mean a lot because, as I said that sometimes, it really happens that in shooting, there are those same athletes who are going to take part in different events, and that's basically the best opportunity for India to probably get to that double figure mark or the double digit tally. This is where I think India have probably done well, and starting off in the shooting with 2 medals, one in individual and one, in the mixed team event is obviously a great thing. So let's see, I think good times ahead because we still have the likes of Lakshya Sen, PV Sindhu, Neeraj Chopra for that matter, Satvik Sairaj, Ranki Reddy, Chirag Shetty. They all are yet to play those important games, those quarterfinals or semi-finals. So let's see. I think if they can really step up to the plate, I think it's pretty much sure that India will surpass their Tokyo Olympics tally.
Yeah, so you're talking about this, that India has been striving to achieve that double-digit tally at Olympics. Let's talk a little in more detail about this. That how many medals are we looking at here, and what are the sporting events that we can expect a medal in?
I think there are multiple events that we still have, as one of the predictions that I have made that India might surpass the tally that they achieved in Tokyo. It was the 7 medals that they had.
And that's the highest we have done so far.
Yes, it was 1 gold of Neeraj that we had, 2 silvers and 4 bronze in the previous edition. I think India are well on track to surpass that or overcome that. And just to maybe make sure, I think what are the events that we have? We have PV Sindhu in badminton. Remember, she's already a 2-time Olympic medalist. She won that silver in 2016, bronze in 2020. We have Lakshya Sen, who is actually the dark horse in the men's singles badminton. The doubles pair of Satvik Sairaj, Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty, they are also hot favorites to reach the final for that matter. Okay. So 1 medal can pretty much be assured on that front. Then you also have Neeraj Chopra, who is going to be India's hot favorite in javelin throw. So overall, I think shooting, Manu Bhaker also has 1 more event left. Archery, we haven't really done well in the mixed team event, but then there are going to be those individual rounds. So anything is possible. I think there's a good chance that India might just finish close to around maybe 8 to 9 medals. But let's see, a lot of things will really have to go their way. Let's see. I think that's a bold prediction, but I definitely, I'm confident that India will surpass their tally of 7, which they achieved in Tokyo. And I think if we just come back to the point of, Sarabjot and Manu's historic medal, it's kind of a redemption story for both of them. In case of Sarabjot, he couldn't really make the finals in the individual event. A couple of days ago he finished 9th. He was tied with the person who finished at 8 because the top 8 only qualify for the finals, and while he couldn't really make the cut for the finals, it was because he had shot a very few inner tens. That basically proved to be the big difference. It was just like the difference of 1 inner 10 between him and the German who was there. Then in case of, and now to win that medal in the mixed team event, I think redemption, we can say that is well and truly truly complete. In case of Manu Bhaker also, let's just not forget the hard time that she had in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Her equipment had a malfunction and she could not really make the cut. So that's where I think it's very hard for an athlete to suffer such kind of a situation when you prepare so long for 4 hours for a historic event like an Olympics, and you really want to go out there, perform your best, win a medal for that matter. It doesn't really happen so often because it's just that once every 4 years, as I said. So I think in case of Manu also, she has also created history, won 2 medals in the same edition. So yes, in case of Manu too, redemption is well and truly complete. So as for Sarabjot, and yeah, good times for India ahead.
Yeah, I mean, both of them have had great comebacks, if you can say so. Okay, let's talk about this sport shooting. Do you think, getting medals in this sport will give impetus to now more athletes in India? And what will this mean for the sport itself?
I think absolutely, because see, in sports like shooting, archery, or maybe tennis even for that matter, any kind of sports, it's important to make sure that there is some kind of talent scouting that is done at the very grassroots level, because, and it's basically because of the nature of the tournament or the nature of the sport that we have. Olympics is once every 4 years, then you have Commonwealth Games, Asian Games, and those other shooting World Cups or the other national level events or the international level events that you have. The point is the point here is that the people at the grassroots level, or the kids at the grassroots level, they would really be not just tempted but be motivated to take up the sport, because this is what like India want. India not just want only 2 or 3 medals from any of the Olympics or any of the sports. It's about those multiple medals. I remember, I think Abhinav Bindra saying this beautiful quote a few years ago, that till the time India start to win 25 to 30 Olympic medals, you cannot be called as a sporting nation. So that is what I think India would really have to focus on, because it would then really make sure that there is a rigorous talent scout that goes not just in a very prolific sport like cricket, but in case of shooting and archery or maybe any of the other sports too. It's about making sure that there is motivation, there is proper kind of education also, and at the very same time, how these kids who really possess the natural talent to represent India at the national or the international stage, how they can be groomed at that level. That is where you need a lot of Prakash Padukons, you need a lot of Jaspal Ranas, you need Abhinav Bindras for that matter, Suma Shirus for that matter. I think that is where the work really has to start, because if it if it starts at the grassroots level, you would know that you would be able to achieve those big things come the next Olympics.
All right, so concluding with this, that we need more efforts at the ground level to achieve what India aspires to do, and that is a medal tally which goes above 20. So thank you so much, Siddharth, for speaking to India Today Global, and we'll continue to bring you more updates on Paris Olympics. Stay tuned.